Good morning, everyone. My name is Tara, and I'm in the Produce Mom's kitchen. We're getting a bit of a later start this morning due to technical difficulties, but hey, that's what you get when you're shooting stuff live, so we're just gonna roll with it. So today we are using sweet potatoes from Wada Farms. We're gonna put a little twist on a classic dish. We're making sweet potato toast rather than regular toast. So I don't know about you, but I love hosting events at my house. Whether it's friends or family, but I also love to be part of the action. So I don't want to have to be slaving behind the stove. So I have come up with a solution, and I'm not even going to try to take full credit for it because I actually got the idea from my father-in-law, and then I just kind of ran with it and put my little trouble in the kitchen twist on it. Having a toast bar. So a toast bar, that's what we're doing here today. We've got all of our toppings. We've got our sweet potato, which is going to act as the toast. So a toast bar is really fun because it's interactive, it's completely customizable, so everyone has their own flavor preferences and tastes, and you can make it however you want. It's kid-friendly, it's adult-friendly. You can pack in a ton of nutrition here too. So let's get started by making our sweet potato toast. Super simple. All right, so we've got our sweet potatoes, and they have been rinsed with water and just dried. So you don't need to peel them, none of that fanciness. And then we're just going to cut a flat edge right here. So we've got a little bit of a sturdy surface to cut. So see how it's nice and flat right here, and then we set it right there. Now it doesn't wiggle around anymore, yay. So we can be a little bit more safe in the kitchen. I like to cut the ends off just so they don't get stuck in the toaster. And you can take these extra pieces and set them to the side. I'll toss them in like a veggie scrap roast, like roast up a bunch of random veggie scraps later in the week. You can toss them into your compost pile. Definitely don't need to throw these pieces away, but I'm just gonna set them to the side right now. And then you just take your sweet potato and cut it into about 1/4 inch thick slabs. It doesn't need to be 100% exact. It's not like you need to get your, ruler out or anything like that. But you just want them to be thin and about equal size so that it's easy for them to toast up in your toaster. So you might be wondering, why would I even want to try making toast out of sweet potatoes when I can just use whole grain bread? So I love using sweet potatoes in place of toast because it gets a serving of produce first thing in the morning, and I'm all about getting as many servings of delicious, nutritious food throughout the day as possible. It's high in vitamins A, which is great for your eyesight, great for vision, high in vitamin C, which is immune boosting, helps with wound healing, and those are nutrients that your body doesn't make. So you have to get them from the foods that you eat. Then it's also a good source of fiber so that you're going to be full and satisfied throughout the day. And we've got a question.
Christy would like to know, is there any need to peel the sweet potatoes first?
That's totally a preference thing. You do not need to peel the sweet potatoes. Personally, I think all the nutrition is located close to that exterior layer, and I want to save some time. So no, not in this case. Great question though. Thank you for asking. Okay, so once we've got our slabs cut, we're just gonna put them in the toaster. Super easy. All right, put them in there, and we wanna make sure it's on high, and then we just pop it in there. So they go in there, and it is going to take more than one round. You wanna keep going until they are a little bit crisp on the outside, they get a little brown, and they're soft on the inside. Okay, so you can do this. Go grab your cup of coffee, go get the rest of your stuff ready for your guests, or you could do this ahead of time and then have the pre-made toast sitting out so your guests just have to reheat it when they're ready to make the toast. So you don't have to watch me, popping toast all morning. I actually have some ready to go that we did using another method. If you want, you can make these in the oven as well. Just roast at 400 degrees until they look just about like this. Yum, so good. I'm so excited to try these. Okay, so when it comes to these toast toppings, literally the options are endless. We've got some avocados over here. We've got some barbecue chicken, so you can make it for lunch. We've got more like an Italian spread over here. Butter with cinnamon and sugar for a traditional toast. It's all up to you and what your family is going to love. So let's start over here with the avocado. Right here, we've got yum, avocado ready to go. We're just gonna scoop it out with a spoon. I love avocado. One, I mean, it's super trendy, so I think your guests will be excited that you're serving avocado toast for a get-together. But two, it's full of those monounsaturated fatty acids, so it's really good for you. And it's full of fiber, so again, it's gonna help you stay fuller for a little bit longer. I'm like making a mess over here. So when it comes to hosting, it's all, for me, it's all about prepping ahead because I want it to be as fun and stress-free as possible. So you might be thinking, well, how do you prep avocado ahead of time? Isn't it gonna turn brown? Well, here's the trick. You wanna get it ready to go. Add a little bit of citrus. So I like to roll my citrus on the counter to kind of get those juices going. Okay, so hit your avocado with a little bit of citrus. This is not a very juicy avocado, or lime, but that's okay. So just get a little bit. We don't need a lot. And then we're gonna add a little bit of salt to kind of bring out those flavors. And then just mash it. You can use the back of a fork. You can use a spoon. I mean, whatever you have in your kitchen will work. Just get it all mashed up so that it's ready to spread when your guests get there. And then this next step is really what's going to save the avocado from turning brown, and it's going to keep it nice and pretty and green. So you take a little piece of plastic wrap and you put it over the top of the avocado, but you want to get it, it's sticking to the edge. This is really sticky plastic wrap. You want to get it so that it's actually down there touching the avocado. Can you see what's going on in there? So this is what's going to prevent oxygen from getting to this avocado, and that's what's going to keep it from turning brown. So you store it in your fridge like this, and it'll stay green until you're ready to serve it to your guests. Perfect for St. Patrick's Day, which is tomorrow, so you may be having a get-together. This is the perfect thing for you to do to serve your guests. So I'll just turn this around and get this going for round 2. This right here, you can have your kids help you with this. I mean, how easy is that? Okay, so we are serving our avocado right now, so I'm going to take that plastic wrap off. So to build our first toast right here, I mean, how simple is this? You just take a little bit of avocado and spread a nice thin layer. Yum, I can like smell the lime. Looks so delicious. And then if you want, you can add a little bit of fresh herbs as a garnish. This here is cilantro. I personally am not a cilantro lover. I don't know if you know, but it's a genetic component in our bodies that make us either love cilantro or not like it so much. So if you're like me and you don't love it so much, you can eat it as is. You could top it with red pepper flakes, basil, parsley, some chives. We've got some chives over here to add a little bit more of that green color. Perfect. Okay, so let's set it on our plate. Yum. Okay, toast number 2. This is for the traditionalists in the room. We're just gonna add a little bit of butter and a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. You know, kids would love this one. And if you're watching, feel free to comment and tell me what toast combination or what toast toppings you love, because I love hearing all about new combinations. Sweet, savory, I mean, how simple and delicious does that look? Yum. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a bite of one of these before this is over. And then right here, we've got like I'm gonna call this like our lunch toast because it's kind of hearty. We've got some barbecue chicken. So you can make this homemade in the crock pot with just chicken and barbecue sauce. You could use a rotisserie chicken. You could buy this already made. Depends on how much time you want to put into it, but you just take your avocado toast, top it with the buffalo chicken, a little bit of cheddar cheese, and I'm gonna add chives to this one too. Voila, yum. Okay, and last but not least, we've got our Italian toast. So this is the one my husband would want. He would love all the flavors of the ricotta, the tomatoes, the basil, the balsamic. I'm I'm like, oh, here we go. Thought I lost my knife. So right here, we're gonna just start with a little bit of this ricotta, which ricotta is like an Italian soft cheese. So I don't know if you are all familiar with Indie Style, but it's a local show here in Indianapolis, and Lori, the Produce Moms founder, actually showcased this exact combination on Indie Style. So add some of these tomatoes. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. And we will link to that Indie Style post in the comments so that you guys can watch and maybe pick up some other tips and tricks. So, okay, with this basil, this is another area where since you're having guests, you want your display to look beautiful, we're gonna show you how to make your basil look a little bit more pretty. So it's a method called the chiffonade, and it's a way to cut your fresh herbs. So what you wanna do is take your basil, start with one of the bigger leaves on the bottom, and then you kind of layer up some of the smaller leaves. Okay, and then you just roll it up nice and tight. So then you could run a knife through right here, but to make it even easier, we're just gonna take some scissors and just cut it. So if you have kids at home that wanna help, this is a really great way for them to help out because it makes a big impact in the way that the presentation looks, and most kids are pretty good with scissors. Okay, so then we've got, look, little basil ribbons. Like, how pretty is that? And the basil just adds that sweet freshness to the dish. Okay, but before we add the basil, we're gonna add this drizzle of balsamic glaze. So like we have here, you can just buy this at the store or you could make it at home. Ooh, got a little heavy-handed. I'm so excited to try it. Okay, and then just sprinkle it with your basil ribbons. So pretty. And then you've got delicious Italian sweet potato toast. So pretty. Seriously, so pretty. I'm gonna have a bite right now. Mmm. Delicious. You can taste the sweet from the balsamic, a little bit of that tartness and bite from the ricotta. Love it. So delicious. Okay, so the takeaways here are, when you have guests coming over, try having a sweet potato toast bar or a regular toast bar and have sweet potato as an option for your toast. Super easy to make. You can get everything ready ahead of time. Sweet potato is an awesome option for toast because it's high in vitamins and minerals, great source of fiber. It gets you produce in at the beginning of the day. And if you have friends or family members with celiac disease or gluten intolerance, this is a naturally gluten-free food that they can enjoy. And then number 3, when you're making your avocado ahead of time, make sure to cover it up with that plastic wrap so it touches the top after you've added in the citrus and a little bit of that salt. Super easy. I cannot thank you all enough for watching, and I cannot thank Wada Farms enough for, sharing all of their delicious sweet potatoes with us. So because we want to thank each and every one of you, if you comment in the comment section with the word sweet, S-W-E-E-T, I'm sure you all know how to spell sweet, we will send you an ebook with 20 recipes for sweet potatoes and pretty much everything you could ever want to know about sweet potatoes, why they're so delicious, and why they're so good for you. So thank you all so much for watching. Comment with the word sweet. Comment and tell me your favorite toast combination. I've got to know. It's like a burning question for me. And the Produce Moms will see you next week on Friday live. Thanks so much.